In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can make money with Make.com and AI agents. I'm going to show you how you can build a very simple yet incredibly effective automation. I'm going to show you how you can build a bespoke application on a website in not that much time, where you can grab an email, a name, in this case, information, and actually have a product that you can sell that somebody's going to put their pounds or dollars behind to give you the money. And once that happens, I'm going to show you how you then connect that to an automation to deliver the product that's amazing for any individual and makes you cash. I'm going to show you how to do all of this in under 60 minutes. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Jack, and my YouTube channel and my school community is all about incredible AI. It's about the latest automations. And as I always say, most importantly, it's about the stuff that works. And whether you're trying to launch an automation agency, you want to create additional revenue, or you just want to make your life more effective or improve your own business or where you're working, this channel, this school community is all about trying to help you get to the next level. And if you follow the channel for even a couple of videos, you know that I often talk about how I put so much stuff in the school community that isn't on YouTube. I mean, even yesterday, I released a video on how to create tone of voice, building mentor vehicles to win, creating a client dashboard in Make. And I bring that up at the beginning of the video just to say that I and my group, we're competing in the school games, and this month, if we win, we fly out to meet Alex Hormozi. And that's why I'm gonna do something that I've never done before. If you join the school community between now and Wednesday midday, I'm gonna give you £750 worth of bonuses, or about $1,000. First of all, I'm gonna show you exactly how I scaled my startup from zero, literally sheet of paper, up to £50,000 per month in revenue and around 80,000+ customers, and got ranked in the top 100 UK startups last year. And I'd show you, if I was starting an AI startup today, exactly how I would go about doing it step by step. And secondly, you get to come to an exclusive 2-hour automation strategy call. We'll get together as a group and we'll think about exactly what it is that you want to get to with your automations, with your monetizations, and we'll build out a strategy to help you get where you need to get to. This offer will expire Wednesday midday. I've never done this offer before. I'm unlikely to do it again. I'm only doing it as a way to say thank you, that I appreciate you, and to help us win and nail the school games. I'm probably going to have to limit the numbers because I want it to be really focused to make sure everyone gets a lot of value. So if that sounds of interest, it'll expire in 2 days, and I'd love to see you over in the school community. I'm just trying to make it as valuable as humanly possible for you. So if you were thinking about joining, you'd be helping in the cool cause and helping us get to the school games, and just a little incentive to help you get there and do that. And in this video, I'm gonna show you step by step how you build this entire automation, and I'm just gonna give it to you guys so you can run with it, have fun with it. I wanna start by briefly showing you how it works end to end. I'll touch on the tools you need, and then you and I together are gonna build this so at the end of the hour, you can have something that's functional, working, and can start actually making you money and putting pound coins or dollars based on where you live in your back pocket. Cool. So what does it look like? So we've got this really cool website here, right? Tweetify. Now the idea of this, and it's just a random idea that I chose, it could be anything you want. The key challenge is we've got automations, right? So many automations. How do we get these automations and then package it in a way that people are going to depart with their money? They're like, hey, yeah, that sounds great. I want to give you that. Well, to do that, we need an application. We need an interface. We have our automation, we have an interface, and then we have the customer. And we say, great, we'll give you this interface. You pay us there. And then this all happens, we call like a magic box. They don't know what happens under the scenes. So how does it work? Well, look, they land on our website. Again, I'll show you exactly how to build all of this. This is called Tweeting Magic. So the idea is you give it any YouTube URL that you want, and this will create 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 viral tweets based on that entire video. So if you're on a podcast, you basically put the podcast URL in and it'll spit out the tweets for you. They're optimized and you can use. And for the pleasure of doing that, we've got 5 different products: Tweety Bird, Chirpy Chick, Twitter Parrot, Wise Owl, and Soaring Eagle, ranging from £5 up to 21 quid. This just sits there, people come, they buy it, and you just get cash flowing in on autopilot. For the purpose of this, I'm gonna show you one that doesn't have the payment gateway at the beginning, and then I'll show you how you add that in, and you can start making cash with it. Let's start. Enter email. Let's enter this one here, add a little bit of extra things. Our full name, we'll call this one Roberto Duran. Awesome, enter a YouTube URL. So for this one, I'm going to do Alex Hormozi's video here, which is if I wanted to monetize an audience in 2024, this is what I would do. So I've grabbed the URL, we're gonna enter it in here, and then we see how many tweets would we like. Well, let's say I want 23 tweets. Cool, then I hit submit. Cool, congratulations, you receive an email within 60 seconds with your tweets. Cool, then we go back over now to our automation. This will, again, will be running automatically in the background. This is waiting for submission from the form. It grabs it. We then download the entire transcript for YouTube. We have literally, if you can check this right now, look at this, right? Look at the result. all of this. This is everything in the video like this. And then our unique Twitter agent within Claude is going to take that text and turn it into 23 unique tweets. Once that's done, it will then go to Gmail as a draft, or we could send it directly to that individual, specifying how many they asked for, and it'll go direct to their inbox. This potential, guys, is insane. And this could be like any automation that you want. It doesn't have to be like YouTube to tweets. The main premise of this is just the fact that you can get an application to a client, take their money, which is super important, and then get it working. So look, that's now sent. So if I go to Gmail, I should see a draft email with that amount of tweets in, ready to go. And here we go. Here are your 23 optimized tweet space transcript. Hey, and look, it even has a name. Hey, Roberto Duran, your 23 tweets are ready. 4 ways to monetize your audience as an influencer or creator. Affiliates, sponsorships, partnerships, or starting your own brand. Which strategies you choose? Audience monetization, influencer marketing. I mean, like, you can pick any one as you want to. Whitelisting, a scalable sponsorship strategy. Brands pay to amplify your content as ads, reaching audiences beyond your own. Is this part of your monetization plan? Whitelisting, influencer marketing. And like, guys, this has given us now 23 individual tweets entirely based off Alex's video. So he didn't even need to think about Twitter. This is just downloaded all theirs themselves, and we can change the parameters and do whatever we want. But essentially, guys, that would run automatically in the background, and all you would ever need to do is have this up, it grabs it, it sends it off, and then you just kind of generate cash from it. So why is this so cool? Well, there's loads of things we can do. We can even build it like where we get the data and we send the data back, and we can get really complicated. But the way we think about it is a minimal viable product. This is good enough to test if, for example, somebody would pay for this, you know, and once you know that, you can invest and build out further and further. So look, we've got that. What do we need then to actually run this entire automation? Well, you're gonna need access to Paperform. Paperform, you can start with the free trial. Essentially, what we use Paperform for is to embed on the website. So we use this to, if I pulled the right thing up, to embed. So it looks seamless. It looks like it's part of the website. That's part of the magic. You can also have it as a standalone item. So you can want to use Paperform, which you can start at from free, but again, you can upgrade if you want to. So that's number one. The second thing you're gonna need is Make.com. Make.com is probably the most important. It's the no-code automation tool that we use to build these automations. Again, you can start completely for free, and I'll put all the links down below so you can just click the buttons and just replicate everything that I'm doing. You can then upgrade if you want to when you hit certain usage limits, but Make is amazing, and I think has an edge over Zapier because you can use Make for free to get started. After that, you're gonna wanna use something called Zero Code Kit. Zero Code Kit enables us to become kind of coders, basically. We can feed it like code, and it will run it for us without actually having all the terminals and stuff. And if I head over to zerocodekit.com, I go sign up and sign in, you can get credits. And they even give you, I think it's like 25 credits completely for free. So you can play around with it without having to pay anything. And if you want to upgrade and get more and more from more automations, you can pay like, it's like $10 a month or something like that. But you can start for free if you want to. Outside of that, you're gonna want access to either GPT via OpenAI platform, openai.com. I'll put a link down below, or Anthropic, which I kind of prefer for like the outputs. I think that it just gives you better text. To do that, you just need to get some API credits. I think I've got videos explaining exactly how to do this in the community, but how to set all this stuff up. But I'll show you briefly when we go through how you link them together. And then obviously then Gmail if you want to use that as well. And outside of that, guys, the only other thing that you're going to need is something called Card.co. Now, Card.co, I cannot sing its praises enough. It is absolutely amazing. And what I want you to think about Card.co is like, it's like the simplest, cheapest way you can build websites. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, for example, if I click on new site at the top right, you can pick any one of these websites, you can get it launched, and it's just amazing for getting started. And you can start absolutely free, but we want to do the embeds. And again, you don't even need to embed if you don't want to. You could just use Paperform as a standalone form, but this is if you want it on a website, additional information. It just makes it easier and potentially a bit more professional. But look, if you come down, you would want this one here, which is $19 a year. It's ridiculous. And you get 10 sites, custom URLs, no branding, blah, 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 all this sort of stuff. And you get the crucial bit here, which is embeds. I liked it so much, I went for the top end plan. They're not like a sponsored video, by the way. I have to give credit where it's due, and Card is amazing. So look, once you've got this thing, you're essentially ready to rock and roll. So look, let's build this together now from scratch, and I'll show you exactly how you do this step by step. So we're gonna start our journey now with Card.com. So let's head over now to Card.com and begin everything from there. So you can land on a website like this. You're gonna click on open dashboard. Now you won't see this, but you come over to the left, you come top right and click on new site. And then you'll see something that looks a little bit like this. So we can pick any design that we like. And what vibe are you going for? Maybe you like this, maybe you like that. You know, I quite like the one that we created, so I'll show you this one just as a for instance. We click on select. Excellent. So by the way, guys, the reason we're building a website is we want somewhere where the individual can go. So we're going to start with the website, then the form, then the automation, and then you'll be ready to rock and roll. So we've got this stuff here. So again, let's call this one, we just click on the text. It's very, very intuitive. For example, if you click on plus, you get all these things here that you can use. It's very, very easy to use. So here we call it Tweetify. And just so we don't get confused, 2.0. All right, cool. So all you do to change it is bring it up here, click on this guy, Tweetify, like so, and then we'll give it some text. Turn URLs into viral tweets. And then here we have some explainer text, and obviously you can have like what's it, and you can do all the markdown here by following different things. Say for example, our AI, excuse me, will, and let's do bold. So bam, bam, transform your videos into viral tweets in under 60 seconds. Okay. We love it. Now guys, when it comes to designing a website, there's something called hierarchy. It's in other words, like, not every piece of information on the page is as important as other piece of information. So when you look at this, the first thing you see is Tweetify, then you read the explainer. And one metric you want to check is number of clicks to action. So why have I embedded a form on the homepage? Because I want as few clicks as possible. The only two buttons you need to click is how much you want to pay and the actual payment itself. It's that simple. So we've got an image here. So what we do, we click on the image, for example, and then we just upload an image. I've got a Cyberpunk Mona Lisa. We give alt text. That, by the way, is for SEO. So for example, people who might be visually impaired or just can't render, they can say, hey, it's like Cyberpunk Mona Lisa. One thing I'll say quickly about Card, it's more single page stuff. So it's not a multi-site option. Your WordPress would be a good example, and Elementor if you wanted to do that. If you just want one page for a service, this is enough. This gets you 80% of the way there. And then we click done. Cool, and then we got an email. So basically, if they click that email, it'll send us an email. And then we click, and obviously you can change the gradient, you can do lots of different stuff, and then we click on done. Amazing. Now what do? Now we want to embed something on the web page. Now obviously you could make this as complicated or as simple as you like. Let's up the volume and get a sip of this delicious coffee. We're gonna click on add element. And look at this, guys, icons, audio, video. Let's say that we want a video on there, right? So let's have a video explaining the wonders of Tweetify. So look, now if I go over to my YouTube channel, where's the Jack Roberts YouTube channel? Let's say I click on my channel, and there's me talking about some stuff. That's cool. Grab that, come back over now to Tweetify. I come over to the left, I click on embed, like so, enter the YouTube URL. Isn't that really cool? We come down and we click on done. Let's just see how big that is. We click on this thing at the top, and you can adjust the size to fit, like this. How big do we want it? And what I like about it, it snaps edge to edge. Can you see here, top left? It snaps edge to edge and margin. Let's keep it about that size. And then margins, you can play around with things. You want to go up or down. I mean, it's a beautifully simple interface, guys. And then we click on done. So essentially we have the, and bear in mind, I'm using Tweetify. This could be any automation you want, guys. This will, if you follow this, it's a good idea. You get it to people. It definitely can generate cash. So look, Tweetify, what it's about, the thing it talks about, it generates cash if people want to buy it, of course, naturally. But like what this is just a way for you to collect money. That's really simple. So we have the URL, they'll watch it, they'll say, hey, Tweetify does this. And we share loads of like case studies and examples and people saying, hey, I love Tweetify. Tweetify is the best thing ever. By the way, tell me if you like Tweetify down below. Tweetify maybe exists already. I have no idea. This is just an example. So look, we come down, we've got reach out, they'll see the video. Then we want to embed our payment, right? So it sounds so obvious, but your ability to take cash is like essential to make a business, but people don't think about it. So look, let's make it really easy for them. So we come down, I'm gonna look for embed. Now, what do we mean when we say embed? What I mean by embed is we're taking code and we're wrapping it in there. Now, this is a really robust piece of software. So essentially, it will just sit and look quite nice within there, okay? So look, what do we do now? Now we've got our website built, we need to build our product. So let's head over to Paperform. So I'm gonna build one from scratch by clicking start from scratch. I'm going to call this one Tweetify, and it's like turn URLs into tweets. Cool. We got these. We highlight Tweetify, make it a H1. Let's then centralize it. Turn URLs into tweets. Let's centralize that, make that a H2. And then let's give it a little bird like so. Sweet. And don't worry about all the formatting. I'll show you how to do that in a sec. I just want to get the actual thing up. And then we need to create our question. So first question is going to be, we can scroll down to the bottom, and there's so many things that you can ask these guys. Like, look, email, URL, yes, no, color picker, number, phone number, address, country, blah, blah, blah. And this adds to the variability of the kind of things that you can charge for, right? So look, let's see down the bottom now. What I want to ask is like a quick question thing. So let's go for name. What is your name? And obviously we love emojis, so let's put a smiley face on there. Cool. We scroll down a little bit. We add another question. Next question is going to be, what's your email? And then we want a little email emoji. So let's do email like that. Sweet. And then we want another question. This one here is going to be enter your YouTube URL. And then let's do a crystal ball emoji. And then we'll say, please enter one at a time. Actually, only enter one URL. So next thing we want to do is add price. So when you do that, you'll be prompted to connect your Stripe account. It's basically straightforward. You open the window, you put your information there, like your business name, all that sort of stuff, and it connects to a Stripe account. And in that, you enter your bank details, which means when they buy it, you get the cash, which is exactly what we want. And then this one would be something like, how many tweets would you like? I know, of course, we need a little Tweety bird here. Then what we do is we click on configure. Instead of price, actually, probably what we want to do is going to be product. So if you're just doing one thing, do price, like the price is eggs. If you want to give them variability, do products. So I click on products, I click on configure, right? And I've got all these different things here. I come to the top at products, and then I can name it, right? So if I come back actually to, what did we name the initial ones? Let's check out, shall we? This guy. So look, click, by the way, you can click this top right button, that will open it into a new tab, and you can see what it looks like. So we come down, we've got 10 tweets, Tweety birds, but just for the purpose of this, I'm just gonna put Tweety bird 10, and you can add images to them as well, guys, to make it like really cool. So I'll add images just so you can see exactly what it looks like. And look at this, guys. How ace is that? Look at this, like Tweety bird with the image next to it. That's so sick. Cool. And then we're going to add another product. We're going to call this guy. We'll call this one the cyborg. These images aren't formatted. Normally what you would do, go to Canva, make sure they're in the right dimensions and send it over. But I'm just doing this so you get an idea. Cyborg is 20 tweets. Tweety bird is 10 tweets, like so. Cool. And then let's add another product just for the sake of it. And obviously the price for this guy is going to be 30. Or maybe we just say, hey, 25, so we're pushing people to, I mean, it makes no difference to us, right? It's like literal pennies, but the perceived value is high, which is why you can go crazy with that. And we'll call this one Cyberlisa 25. And then we're done. And also you can set things like stock if you've got limited stock. It's so cool like that. You can customize the appearance if you want to. So you have like, they'll look like something like this. You want it as a list, do you want it as a card? Again, you would just alter the layout a little bit, or you can have it as a gallery, which I think the gallery is really, really, they look more like physical products. I'd encourage you to make them as part of a family. Create one image, go to Midjourney, create variations of it. I've got like basically guides on how to do that in the school community. So if you want to help with that, you can check that out. Now look, that's cool. Then we go back to settings, we're done. And then let's go back to the editor, come up, save changes. Sweet. Now let's do just a couple of quick things, I think, on how this looks. So what we want to do is add an image in. An image is always great. So add picture. So I've picked our wonderful Tweety bird. Let's just reduce the size of him. Obviously, we wouldn't have the same image at the top and image in the products, but this is just to show what it looks like. Sweet. And then now what we need to do is save. Let's come over here to the theme. And let's just change a few things. There's a primary font. Let's go for Poppins. This one here, let's go for Poppins. And then what I would recommend that you do, guys, is you match it to whatever color this is. And if you're ever unsure what a color is, take a screenshot of something, like so. open up a new page, and basically head over to like imagecolorpicker.com and then just choose your image. You can upload the image, you can select it, and then it'll give you the hex code for it. So you can copy the hex code. If you've got Photoshop, it's also easy to do, but I appreciate not everyone has Photoshop. So cool, so that's the hex code. So what we want then is the background color to be that. And what does that mean? It means it will blend in beautifully. Cool, and then we've got the active color. So that's the color when they select something. Let's go for a nice light blue. Yeah, like an eggshell blue, that's cool. Text color, we're gonna wanna be white. Warning color, that's fine. And then what you need to do is come over to typography. Secondary font is gonna be white, that's cool. Heading, that's also white. Primary, yeah, that's white. Cool, cool. And cool, all right, sweet. Go back to editor. Now looks great, but we've got to get rid of this white background, right? Cool, so what we do, we come back over now here. Now let's have a quick look. We go over to typography, UI elements, and we've got this background color thing. We click on that, and then we're just gonna make that the same color, which is this. Has a background and shadow, select no, and then go back to editor, and then there we go. That gives you a nice kind of clean, crisp look to it. And then we save changes. And then what we do, guys, is we click on share, social. And now I will say this, you can click on social URL, you can copy this, and if you want to, you can just send people this form if you want to skip out the website, and then it's just a simple form. They pick the product, they go ahead, they pay you, you get paid. This is if you want to, but if you want to embed it in the website, what you would do, instead of like click on share, click embed, and you see this inline embed. Do we know what that means? We probably don't, but we don't need to know what that means, right? Because all we need to know is we've got the code. So we click on this one here, click on no code here, and then come down and we'll call this one paper form, style inline, code, paste it, then click done. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And then we're gonna click save, give it the title, which is Tweetify 2.0, description, turn videos into tweets. Publish to a card URL. You can do different options, but if you just want to keep it easy, you can save it as a template if you want to as well. There's lots of stuff you can do. We come down, we'll call this one Tweetify. I'll think of a different name, by the way, when I give this away, because I'm sure that's taken, but it'll be okay. Tweetify 20, it checks if it's available, and you're gonna see how easy this is to publish. Then we click publish. It begins to publish for us. And then we get to click on it. Now guys, check this out. I click on it, I open it up, and this is our website. Look at this, Tweetify turns URLs into viral tweets. So AI will transform your videos into viral tweets in under 60 seconds. And then look at this, guys. How cool is this? This is ridiculous. What you've just built is like a website you can send to people like, oh yeah, cool, you wanna buy our product? There you go, click the link in the bio. They can come on this, they've got a cool website, just like mobile optimized, they can get their information, and then we're gonna connect it to an automation so you can just literally print cash with it. Like, it's so cool. And also, let's say we wanna check out the video. We click on the video, we can watch a video, we can get built up, we can do things. And also one thing I'll quickly say is you can also, if you want to, amend anything. If I click the outside style like this, maybe I don't like the dot waves animation, maybe I want the dot circle animation, maybe I want this. Like, I can just pick whatever I want. You can just design and have fun with it. I didn't want to make this like a 15-hour design video, but you kind of get the point, right? You can do that. You can design this. You can add, like, you can increase the width if you want to. Do you want it shorter? Do you want it smaller? How big do you want it? Like there's like a million things. You can add padding. Like, it's one of the most intuitive website builders that I've seen. I genuinely mean that. It's phenomenal. So now we've got this set up. We are literally sorted. So what do we need to do now? We need to go over to make.com. So now let's create our scenario. So the first thing we want to call this one is going to be, come over here, good fire, build together with a little Tweety bird for good measure. Awesome. Okay, great. So first thing we do, click on this. We click on paper form. New submission, do something when something lands. You say choose a hook. What you do is, and by the way, if you've not connected these yet, you'll be prompted to do so. Open the window, connect your paper form, and you'll be rolling. So we click on add. You'll see something like this, and then we just select the form that we had. So in your dashboard and your forms, guys, you can literally name them here. Like, you just click on this, and you can just sort of change the name. as you go, like basically there, and just build out whatever you want. Now, just to run this automation and not pay myself like hundreds and hundreds of pounds of like running it, what I'm gonna choose is no pay Tweetify. So I made another version of this form, which I showed you earlier, I think, which is basically the same thing. However, it's a slider. So again, we click here, we just click on slider, and basically it just means that we can choose it without having to pay all the time. But when we go live, we can just switch the questions out. So I've selected no pay Tweetify, and then we click save, and then we click OK. Now guys, I want you to run this scenario once. This will wait, nothing's happened. We go over to no Tweetify, no pay. We add, in fact, let's go over to this one, which is our fake one, I think, isn't it? Cool, and then we'll just view this. Cool, let's give it some random email. Let's give it this, full name, YouTube URL for argument's sake, and let's say we want 87 tweets. Click submit. Congratulations. Oh, let me just quickly show you how to do that as well. So once you've developed the form that you want, what you next need to do is come over to after submission, like this, and then you see all these options. You can come down and click on success pages and redirects, and you can say, like, when it submits, I want you to show this title and this description. And the even cool thing is you can enable a redirect on submission, which essentially means as soon as they finish the form, they're going to get redirected to another link, which could be an upsell. It could be your socials, your YouTube, could be anything. So we have this like inbuilt journey thing that we have there. So we come back over now to Tweetify. We've completed that. We ran Paperform, and Paperform's grabbed it now. So check this out, guys. We click on the +1, we click on data, and then this is all our questions. Look, your email, there's the email I gave. We got your full name, there's the fake full name I gave, there's a YouTube URL, and then how many tweets would you like? And then we've said 87. Awesome. Now we've got that. Now we need to find a way, if we've got the URL, to transform it into a transcript. So we click on plus, come over, go for zero code kit. Amazing. And then I want you to search for run Python code. Now, if this is your first time using Zero Code Kit, I recommend you check out the video that I'm showing you on screen. I'll show you exactly how to set that up, but just very briefly showing you how to do that. Let me go to the website so you can see. Okay, I have the Zero Code Kit. I sign in like so, and you'll have an API key. You copy that API key, and when you're setting it up, you'll be prompted to import it. So we've got it, but now what we need to do is basically give it code to say, hey, I want you to go to YouTube, I want you to take this URL, and I want you to download the transcript. So if I come back over to my initial automation here, I'll click on this, I'll grab all of this. Obviously, guys, all the blueprints, as always, are down below in the Skool community for you to grab. And if you're in the Skool community, I come over to Classroom, all this sort of stuff. So if I go into, this is every AI automation so far. Like if I click on this one here, which is about scraping any video, you can see YouTube transcript code, it pops up. You can copy it. If you wanted to build this, just head over to like a language model and just say, hey, this is what I want to do, and you can control it and try and alter it and stuff, and you basically build a transcript to build it, but all the agents are there. Cool. So that's what got that. And then basically what you want to do is, you see this video URL? What we want to do is get rid of that. And then we need to find the video URL from Paperform. So look, we come down, which question was it? It was number 3, right? And then we click on value, like so. Incredible. Then we click OK. All right, sweet. So instead of keep on running Paperform, what I'm going to do is grab a URL from, should we do my video? Let's go to Alex's video, because I think that's a bit more quotable. Mine's a bit more of a tutorial. So if I come back over, you can right click on run this module only. And whenever you click on run a module only, if you ever specify inputs, like for example, here I've said, here's what I'm hard coding you to do. And then this is a variable value. In other words, that it will change. It will change based on what Paperform says, and therefore it will change based on what the customer says. So we need a really hard, stringent code that will do what we need to do, but then we need to substitute the URL out, right, based on what an individual says. So what we've said here is, look, run all this code, download this video URL, and then we just feed it, and you can see it's pulsing now on the left, the URL that we grabbed from Paperform. And we grab the URL from Paperform because when we come in here, we check data, we can see right here, enter only one URL, and there's the value. So just FYI, that's how that's all connecting together. So when you run it once, it'll say, cool, I can run it, but you told me that I need to have a URL, right? So look, we put it in, Alex Hormozi, click OK, and look how quick this is, right? So as soon as the Zero Code Kit starts running, you'll know because there's going to be a circle that appears around it. So this is going around for a second, and then ZeroCodeKit will go grab the URL and download the entire YouTube transcript for us. There you go, ZeroCodeKit's done it, and then it's got us the output. So click on this. If I click on result, I should see something that looks like a full URL from the video, a full transcript. Look at this. And my second company, Prestige Labs, I built up over 5,000 affiliates, it generated 20 months, blah, blah, and look at this, guys. Awesome, 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 awesome. Cool. Perfect. Now that's done, what we now need to do is turn that URL stuff into tweets. So for that, you could basically write a script that does that, or if you just want to like be lazy and use our Generation 3 Twitter agent, you can do that as well. Prompts and agents, come over to Twitter. This one's Gen 3. You come down, you open it up, you copy the text, and then just throw it straight into the bot. But I'll run you through briefly what the actual prompt for it is, because I think you'll find it really interesting. So look, if I come back to my previous automation. So here we say, look, act as an informed Twitter expert in the finance industry. You'll be, and by the way, you would substitute this out based on what you're doing. But if you're going to be doing this part of automation, you can sort of remove that a little bit if you want to, but it's just something if you're using the Twitter prompt. You'll be provided a YouTube transcript. You will create and here guys, I'll show you in a second, but we specify the number they choose. If they choose 10, this will say 10. If they choose 40, this will say 40, and we build it that way. An optimized Twitter post based on the content, incorporating Twitter posting best practices using the structures below. And look, we've fed this on loads of viral Twitter examples, what the best practices are. So for example, the tweets are concise, focus on a clear message. We use the hook, explain, question, hashtag strategy. So we're not just giving them like information. We say, hey, well, what's your thoughts on X to get engagement on a platform, as well as really viral specific hashtags that we need. We've got things about how we should use emojis, relevant hashtags, never start a sentence, blah, 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 blah. Do not say, here's just a tweet. You must output in HTML. The reason we want to do that is that it lands in the Gmail. It looks great for us to have a look at and we can use it, and it's wonderful and awesome. Then I've given it some examples of text it could get and outputs it could get. And then also just some examples of what it does. Use the below transcript to create this number of tweets, and that is the result. Sound cool? Awesome. So look, when I go to our automation, I'm going to use Anthropic for this. So we open up, we just type in cloud, create a message. And if you've not used Anthropic before, let me just briefly show you what that interface looks like. So you go over to console.anthropic.com. And once you're in this document, you can click on API keys to get your API key to connect it to Make. You can do billing, deposit like $5. I think they give you $5 just for signing up, but you can basically do all of those things there and connect it into Make. Awesome. So then we're going to pick the model. The model we're going to choose for this is Opus. It's the most powerful model so far. In terms of max tokens, it's going to select 4,000 like so. And then we click on the message. We come down. The role we pick is user. And then we've got the content. Content type is text. And then we're going to paste that into, no, we're not. We're going to come back over now to the Google Doc here. We copy it. We come now back over to Make, and then we enter it in there. You can see it's flashing there. But if it wasn't, guys, check it out, right? Act as an informed Twitter expert in the finance industry. You will be provided the YouTube transcript. You will create, and you can see that's popping up. So how would I choose that? Well, check this out. I'd come here to paper form. I'd click this guy. That's the email. That's the full name. That is the YouTube URL. And this is how many tweets they want. So I would pick the value here, which is 87 in this case. Boom. That's all I'm saying. That many tweets. We scroll down, and then we can see if we come down to the bottom. Again, that's 87. And then this is the result from ZeroCodeKit. So at the end, we're saying, create this number of tweets from this particular Python script. And then we click OK. Incredible. And then the last thing we want to do with this, and again, it's just so simple, but yet so elegant and so effective. We click on the plus. And at this point, guys, what you could do if you wanted to, you could create a document. You could send an attachment as a PDF. You could do any number of automations. The key here is that we've got them at an interface, we've brought them into our ecosystem. So here, for example, we click on Gmail, click on show more, and then let's just type in create a draft like so. And then what do? We click on the folder. The folder is going to be drafts. Again, you need to connect your Gmail account. Little tip for you guys, if you're ever struggling with connections, like, dude, why does this stop working? Head over to your Make dashboard. On the left-hand side, you can click connections, and in that connections tab, you can actually re-verify and reauthorize, which basically refreshes the connection. And sometimes it's just, I don't know why it decays, but it can do. And if it's giving you a load of trouble, sometimes just doing that can be really helpful. So we come back over, we've got this. Now we pick the folder. Now, it depends on how you want to do this really for your automation. If you're comfortable, like I would be with this one, I would just send it directly But if you want a little bit of comfort, you can do drafts based on the automation purposes you want to do. Then we say add recipient. Now, the beautiful thing about this is we click on email address, we have that, right? Because Paperform gave it to us. Look, there's the email address. So we click on that. And then we've got subject. So the subject would be, hey, comma, first name, which is going to be on this one here, which is value. Here are your, and then let's also on top of that specify how many they had. Here are your 87 viral tweets with a emoji at the end of it, like so. Incredible. And then we've got the content. Well, what's the content? Content is merely the output from Anthropic. Then we click OK. Incredible. Okay, so let's run this whole thing from the top. So let's click on run once. This is not going to wait in the background. Now we need to go over to and test it, right? So let's go over to our design. Let's go check this one out. I think this is the awesome. All right, now let's do this one all over again. Okay, so look, enter this email address. Bum, 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 bum. Your full name, Roberto Duran. Your YouTube URL. Let's go grab Alex's. Alex, thank you very, very much. We come back over now. We go over to, let's check this one out. Was it this one? Yeah, okay. This is the beauty of having so many tabs open, right, guys? It's like crazy. It's crazy trying to navigate it all. Okay, apologies for that, guys. You know what? Maybe I need another coffee. Maybe that's what's going on. We specify it. Let's say we want, let's go with something like an odd number, like 17. And then we click submit. Let's go straight back over now. We get the success message to the Paperform. Paperform's grabs it. Zero Code Kit's downloaded the entire transcript. Anthropic Claude is working it. Then it's going to rocket it over straight over to Gmail, where we'll have it sit in the drafts and it can send, or it will just fire off automatically for us. So we don't be perfect and we wouldn't even have to worry about it. I mean, like, it's insane. I mean, this just enables you to productize. Like, I guess the core of this video is how do you turn it into a product? And one little thing I want to show you guys while that's loading in the background is a video I released in School Community over the weekend, which I think is really, really, really powerful. And that is on how to create a tone of voice with AI. It's insane. So we've developed this thing here, right? Basically, when you're thinking about, and this is like an additional add-on you could think about with this video, okay? Because yes, we can create the prompts, but like imagine if you could do it in an individual's tone of voice. So for example, when we think about a tone of voice, you can actually break it down to segments. So here we've got prompts on the micro level elements. So vocabulary, the word choice, the grammatical patterns and punctuation, meso level elements, the sentence structure and length, rhetorical devices, paragraph structure, and then macro level elements, tone and mood, coherence and cohesion, idiosyncrasies, dialogue, figurative languages. And we basically have like an agentic workflow where we have different agents that fire off and do each of those things in separate clusters to create like a digital vocal blueprint of your voice in like 1,000 to 2,000 words. And then you bolt that on to any of your prompts. And that's how you make your outputs on social media sound exactly like you. And then when we pair that with one of our virality prompts, it really takes it to a new level. It's absolutely insane. And I say that to say, I didn't add it into this video because this video might be like 2 hours long. But basically, that's just some food for thought for you. So look, that's now sent off. So if I go to Gmail now, I should see, what did I say? 17 viral tweets waiting in the inbox. Let's go ahead and check. So let's open up Gmail. Where is Gmail over here? Okay, cool. Come here. Let's refresh it, refresh the page. And then the inbox, guys, we've got 17 viral tweets. Now, for some reason, when this populated, it didn't format. So after this video, I'm gonna amend the prompt slightly because it formatted perfectly before, but for some reason, it's being a little bit inconsistent. But in any case, guys, check this out. Look, 17 viral tweets. We've got this here. 4 ways to monetize your audience as an influencer. Affiliate sponsorships, partnerships, blah, 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 blah. All this cool stuff. And the title, hey, Roberto Duran, here are your 17 viral tweets. And then this just fires off. And that did that all from Alex's video. If I pick right at tweet 11, for example, influencer media companies, the power of negotiating sponsorship deals for a network of influencers, this can create a viable exit-worthy business. Would you consider starting an influencer media company? Hashtag media company, hashtag influencer network. Absolutely insane. And guys, ladies and gentlemen, you just created an entire automation with the front end vehicle interface that people can get involved with. They can create their prompts. It goes through this automation, fires off in the background, and then they get an email with their specific outputs all ready to go, and you've collected cash from that. So guys, tell me down below. I'd love to know what automations you'd like to see next. Where are you at on your monetization journey? Are you looking to start an AI automation agency? Do you do a different business? What are your goals? Let me know your thoughts down below, guys. But in any case, have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I will see you in the next video.